Hi traders, it's Sunday evening, the 27th of September. I'm going to be going through several weekly charts. Over the weekend I do a scan of weekly and monthly charts to determine which charts offer the highest potential momentum setups. That doesn't mean that it's going to set up Sunday or Monday or even Tuesday. A weekly chart is a high enough time frame that it can take time for the setups to be fully realized. But I want to mark those charts, and those are charts that I'm going to be looking at every day during the week to see if there is a potential setup in the direction of the momentum. The first chart that I have up is the pound dollar. As a momentum trader, I am interested first and foremost in price action. I also look at moving averages, and I look at price in relation to the Ichimoku, and that is something that is of continuing interest, and which I find myself relying on to a greater degree as I work with it more. On this pound dollar weekly chart, you can see that we had an extended downtrend from August of 2014. We had a rally back up right to the middle of this move in the so-called ambush zone, and price was not able to sustain any higher highs at that point. We started consolidating and now have made a new lower low and a lower high, and we have closed outside the Bollinger, come back up and created a first cross as it hit the band, and now we have a second very large bearish candle that has closed below the Kijun as well as being below the Tenkan. This is evidence of momentum for me. Price may test up just to the Kijun. It may be successful in going much higher into, say, the 8 moving average or the Tenkan. You never know, I never know how far it's going to test up into resistance before it takes this next leg down, but I'm interested in trading the next leg down when it happens. So the pound dollar is an excellent chart from a very high time frame, and one thing that I do after I do my weekly assessment is I check the monthly to see if there's opposition or concurrence, so we can do that now. Here is the monthly chart, and we have a first cross, a bearish first cross in play on this pair, giving even more credence to continuation of the short momentum. This is the single best chart that I saw when I do my scan. I'm going to quickly go through the others, but each week I think I'll probably try to highlight a chart and then do some follow through on it as the pattern continues the momentum. Here's the euro pound, and we have price on the weekly chart coming up over the Kijun and the Tenkan, closing outside the band, and we have an encompassing candle that formed last week. I do notice that we are hitting our 50 moving average, and that we also have the Kumo, the cloud, coming up quickly. I would expect for there to be some retrace back into this candle, and then I might be interested in challenging the perimeter of the Kumo as it makes that move. Here is our monthly chart, and we do have a slingshot to the short in play, and that gives more credence to price coming down before it's able to attempt to make a new high. This is the weekly euro chart. We are in consolidation. It's in a diplomatic channel between the Kijun and the Tenkan. This is a weekly chart that I'm not particularly interested in until I see price break out. On a daily basis, I look at daily closes, and then when I start to trade in any given morning, I'm looking at the 4-hour closes. So my opinion of trading this on a day trade basis could change as I see price action on the lower time frames. But from a weekly standpoint, this is not a key chart for me. The Aussie dollar has been very bearish. We came up, price held at the 8 and the Tenkan line, and came down and made a bearish close below the band. So this is a chart that I'm interested in for short momentum. Here's our dollar CAD, and we have extended uptrend, made one decent retrace. Price held at the Kijun and then came up and made a new high. We have fairly small candles in play. We have 522 divergence. We also have a long slingshot in play. So this may well continue to go up. I would be interested in bullish price action, but I'm noticing that the energy of this pair seems to be waning. Here's our Kiwi. We have a slingshot to the short in play, lots of consolidation. This is not a key weekly chart for me. Here's a dollar yen. We have a band of the Kijin and the Tinkin on the weekly chart that is holding price. We had a big rejection on this candle, and it's unclear to me whether this band will be able to hold or will price will continue to show pressure to the long. So this is not on the weekly chart a key target for me, a key target chart for me to really keep focus on through the week. It may happen off of a daily or a 4-hour, but on the weekly chart, this chart doesn't have a lot of appeal to me. Here's the euro yen, and we have another diplomatic channel in play on the weekly with price being held between the Kijin and the Tinkin, and I need to see breakout. And the last chart I'm going to show you is the pound yen, and this is a much nicer chart for me to focus on as a momentum trader looking at weekly charts. We have double top, we had divergence on the 522, we have our slow stochastic coming down, we had price come down and close below the Kijin with a very bearish close. Nice retrace up to retest against the 8 and the Tinkin, and now a new close below the band. So just as the pound dollar was a key chart for me, this is also the pound yen is a key momentum chart for me to follow on the weekly time frame, and I will each day be checking my lower time frames to see if there's a momentum setup. Good luck to everyone with their trades. I will try to do another scan on the weekly charts next weekend.